Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Court will resume with the August 8th, 2022 docket. And Mr. Ortegon, I think you have Mandy Michelle Roy, right?
Correct, Judge. It's for a plea.
Okay. And she's got two cases. Let me see here. It'll be two, please. There's two cases.
Yes, Judge, two, please.
It'll be two, please. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. I think both of them are, yeah, we have a DWI and then accident involving damage to a vehicle. Both of them Class B misdemeanors. Okay, Ms. Roy, please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may put your hand down. You got two cases here. CR 22-055-79D, Mendon Michelle Roy, Class B misdemeanor, DWI. CR 22-05580D, Mandy Michelle Roy, accident involving damage to a vehicle, also a Class B misdemeanor. Each case carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that for each case, you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waived those two rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation after you give a plea?
Yes, sir.
And what is your plea, ma'am? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily for both cases?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
State offers plea documents and offense reports as states Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as states Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as states Exhibit 3, and waiver of risk and assessment as states Exhibit 4. The state also requested defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court. The state further requested defense counsel stipulate that all evidence which has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate today's plea of guilty.
No objection, Your Honor. We so stipulate to venue jurisdiction, further stipulate to all evidence.
And without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court. The defendant is guilty as charged on both cause numbers. Now, recommendations here. Let's start with CR 22-055-79D. That's the DWI case. Yes, ma'am.
The state's recommendation is a $300 fine, court costs 180 days probated for 10 months, an alcohol class, a mobile alcohol monitoring device for 6 months, 180 days Texas driver's license suspension, MAD impact panel, and 30 community service hours.
And 30 hours. Okay. Let me hear the second recommendation and then we'll come back. That'll be on CR 22-055-80D.
The recommendation is a $100 fine, court costs 180 days probated for 10 months, a defensive driving course, 30 community service hours, and open restitution to victim Ryan Mora.
Ryan Mora.
Yes, Judge.
And that'll be for August 16,
11 a.m.
August 16, 11 a.m. August 16, 11 a.m. for restitution. Now, in this case, no fine, no court costs, no fees, no community hours, and it'll be the 10 months probation, of course, with open restitution for Mora, I'm sorry, for Mora. Okay, and August 16, 11 a.m. for restitution. Let's go back to the first one, CR 22-055-79D. On that one, no community hours. Let me see here. On the mobile, was there an accident? Oh, yes, there was an accident. Okay, that's why 6 months. Or 5 months on the mobile.
It was 6 months, Judge.
6 months? Okay, mobile device. 6 months. Anything else, Mr. Ortegon?
No, Judge.
Both
Just time
cases
to
will
pay,
run.
Judge. Yeah, just time to
Both
pay.
cases, they're going to run concurrent. And we're coming back again August 16 in case there's damages out there. Okay, ma'am. So good luck with your probation there, Miss Roy. Both
Okay,
cases
thank you.
run concurrent. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you may be excused. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ortegon. Have a great day.
Yes, sir. And Judge, things are starting to move forward on the wind turbines in the San Isidro with that federal bill that the Senate and Congress, the president's going to sign. So that's
Correct.
good news.
Correct. I noticed that. There's a lot of money that was going to be allocated for development.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Thank you, sir.
All right. We'll be
Appreciate
talking,
it.
Judge.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Judge.
Thank you. Bye.
Number 3, Ms. Vanessa Ricardo Pavata.
Okay, that'll be Ricardo Favata.
Judge,
All
I don't
right.
believe I have paperwork received on this.
I'm sorry?
I don't believe I have received paperwork for this defendant.
You don't have the paperwork for Ricardo Favata?
Your
No,
Honor,
Judge.
and if I may, Vanessa
Okay.
Flores on behalf of Mr. Favata, it's CR 20-1387D. I
Yes,
received
ma'am.
a recommendation and plea paperwork Friday at 4:25 PM. So I have not had the opportunity to discuss that recommendation with Mr. Favata. So I would need some additional time to be able to discuss and then possibly plea on that case.
All right, let me get you a date. I'm about to get one right now.
August 16 at 11.
I'm sorry,
August 16 at 11.
August 16,
At 11.
11 a.m.
Yes, Judge.
August 16, 11 a.m. All
Thank
right.
you, Honor. I'll be in contact with my client and let him know what the recommendation is, and hopefully we can have it resolved before that day.
All right, very well. You and your client may be excused. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right.
Rivas.
Mr.
I
Rivas,
don't know if he has his client in his office. Ruby.
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 All right, let's find out. All right, let me see here, Mr. Rivas. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Rivas, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
That'll be number 8, right?
Yes.
Your client, Ruby Jacqueline
Yes,
Areguin? Areguin, right?
Guillen.
Okay. Does she need interpreting? She is okay with English.
No, she's an English speaker, Your Honor.
All right, very well. Please raise your right hand, ma'am. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
No.
Yes.
Sir?
Okay. I try my best.
Okay, you swear the testimony you're going to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Okay.
You okay with that?
Tell you the truth.
Okay, you're going to tell the truth. Okay, there you go. CR 21-00687D, Ruby Jacqueline Areguin, Class A misdemeanor, resisting arrest. It carries a potential penalty of up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and did you waive those two rights?
Okay. Yes.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation when you give a plea?
I understand.
All right, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
All right, state.
State offers plea documents and offense reports as states Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as states Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as states Exhibit 3, and waiver of risk and needs assessment as states Exhibit 4. The state also requests that defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court. The state further requests that defense counsel stipulate that all evidence which has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate today's plea of guilty.
No objection, Your Honor, so stipulated.
Without objections, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court. The defendant is guilty as charged. And a recommendation state?
The state's recommendation is a $200 fine, court costs, 1 year probated for 6 months, 20 community service hours, and an anger management class.
All right, court will hereby waive the community hours. Anything else there, Mr. Rivas?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for some consideration on the court costs and fines and the 20-hour CSR hours. Ms. Areguin, she has 3 children, 3 kids, Your Honor, and she's a full-time employee.
All right, court will hereby waive the fine and court costs. And will also the community hours. Okay. When you're in jail, suspended in place for 6 months probation and anger management program. All right, good luck with your probation, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you're both to be excused. Have a good day. Thank you. Next,
Mr. Hector Hernandez, number 7, he has Armando Bravo.
Armando Bravo.
And Mr. Bravo needs to unmute and video.
Right, Armando Bravo.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I just sent him a text message informing him to do that. I sent him some pictures as well as to the icons. This is his first time using Zoom.
Okay.
So he knew how to download it. I'm texting him. I haven't received, he just read it. So maybe he'll respond right now. I don't know if he can hear us or not.
Oh, you know what? He logged on again, so let me.
He logged
Maybe-
on again? Okay,
yes.
let me see.
Over here.
Oh, yeah, there he is over here.
There you go. Someone else.
All right, there he goes.
There we go.
Now he needs to unmute.
There you go.
All right, can you hear me, Mr. Bravo?
Yes, sir.
All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. CR 20-103-47D, Armando Morin Bravo. Your charge, Class B misdemeanor, POM. It carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waive those two rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation?
Yes, sir.
What is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
State offers plea documents and offense reports as State's Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as State's Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as State's Exhibit 3, and waiver of risk and assessment as State's Exhibit 4. The state also requests that defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court. The state further requests that defense counsel stipulate that all evidence which has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate State's plea of guilty.
No objection, so great and stipulated as to all matters.
Without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court. The defendant is guilty as charged. In a recommendation, state.
State's recommendation is a $100 fine. Court costs 1 day in Hidalgo County Jail with credit for 1 day.
All right, court will hereby waive the fine and court costs. Therefore, it'll be a time served, 1 day for 1 day. Time served, Mr. Bravo. Okay, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your excuse.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day. Y'all take
You
care.
too. You too. Have a good day. What are we gonna do?
Mr. Ted Lopez, number 1, he has Luis Favela, it's a PTD.
Mr. Ted Lopez, number 1, you said?
Yes,
There you go. It'll be Luis Favela.
yes.
All right, Luis Favela needs to unmute. It'll be a DWI PTD, right?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Favela. Okay.
That's correct.
All right, Mr. Favela, please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may put your hand down. CR 18-12-677D, Luis Alfonso Favela. Your charge here is a DWI Class B misdemeanor. It carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waived those two rights?
Is that the PTD deal?
Yeah.
Yes,
For the
yes.
PTD, you have to waive. Okay. Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation after you give a plea. You understand that?
I understand.
And how do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Okay. State.
State offers plea documents and offense reports as State's Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as State's Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as State's Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and needs assessment as State's Exhibit 4, and PTD-DWI packet as State's Exhibit 5. The state also requests that defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court. The state further requests that defense counsel stipulate that all evidence which has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate today's plea of guilty.
No objection to the exhibits offered. We stipulate to venue jurisdiction and also stipulate that these documents cooperate.
All right. Without objection, so admitted. However, at this time, the court will withhold any finding of guilt or innocence and will suspend any judgment in this matter and will now turn to the PTD program or packet, which has already been signed by all the parties involved here, including the court. All we ask, Mr. Favela, is follow the terms and conditions of this program so that hopefully one day we'll dismiss this case. The first status hearing is going to be for February the 1st, 2023, 9 a.m. First status hearing, February the 1st, 9 a.m. Hopefully we'll get a good report.
Sure.
All right. So good luck with the program. Your excuse. Have a good day, sir.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Lopez, is that it? You have any more?
Nothing else, Judge. Thank
Your
you.
excuse. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
I have Mr. Mercado, Orlando Mercado, that connecting.
Okay.
I don't know if he is standing in for either Dallas Gutierrez or Mr. Simran Singh.
All right.
It's connecting.
Mr. Orlando Mercado is connecting.
Judge. Judge, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I just received a text from Mr. Mercado that he will be filling in for Mr. Dallas Gutierrez
Okay.
for Melvin Plata on all cases.
Follow that.
The three.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the August 8th, 2022 docket. And Mr. Mercado, you need to unmute. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. How are you doing?
Fine, fine. Thank you, sir. Now, Ms. Cantu, there's three cases for Pata. And I think it'll be a plea on two of them and one dismissal, right?
Yes, Judge. It's going to be a plea on number 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, no.
4
Oh,
cases,
yeah.
Judge.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6. Okay.
And a dismissal on 2.
Okay. I got it. Dismissal number 2, failure to ID, and then a plea on the other 2, on the other 3.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Plata, you need to unmute, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. There's 4 cases. One is going to get dismissed, but you're going to plea on 3 of them. CR 2006 854D, Melvin Plata, POM, Class B, misdemeanor. CR 2006 855D, Melvin Plata, possession of a controlled substance, Class A, misdemeanor. CR 2006 856D, Melvin Plata, possession of a use of an inhalant, possession of use or inhaling or ingesting a volatile chemical, Class B, misdemeanor. So you have 2 Class Bs and 1 Class A. Each of the Class Bs carry a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. On the Class A, the penalty there can be up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
For all 3 cases, you're entitled to a jury trial. You're entitled to an appeal. And did you waive those 2 rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow any of the recommendations after you give a plea. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And how do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily for all 3 cases?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
State offers plea documents and offense reports as States Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as States Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as States Exhibit 3, and waiver of risk and needs assessment as States Exhibit 4. The state also requests that defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court. The state further requests that defense counsel stipulate that all evidence which has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate today's plea of guilty.
No objections, and we stipulate, Your Honor.
And without objections, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court. The defendant is guilty as charged on all 3 cause numbers. Do they happen to be identical, state?
No, Judge, they're not.
Okay, CR 2006 854D.
The state's recommendation is a $100 fine. Court costs 1 day Hidalgo County Jail with credit for 1 day.
All right, it'll be court will waive the fine and court costs time served for the POM. And then I have CR 2006 855D, possession of a controlled substance. Yes, ma'am.
The state's recommendation is a $300 fine. Court costs 1 year probated for 2 years, a drug education course, outpatient treatment, and 30 community service hours.
Okay, on this one, court will waive the community hours. There'll be no community hours on this one. And then to run concurrent with CR 2006 856D, what is that recommendation?
The recommendation is a $200 fine. Court costs 180 days probated for 1 year, a drug education course, outpatient treatment, and 30 community service hours.
Okay, on this one, no community hours, no fine, no court costs, no fees. And it'll run concurrent with the prior one. So any questions there, Mr. Mercado?
Your Honor, if I may,
Sure.
client, he works out of town, the ability to leave county.
Yes, that'll be the waiver of paragraph 7. Paragraph 7, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as, and make sure he advises his probation officer that he's going out of town or something. Okay.
Additionally, a little bit of time for him to report to probation. His grandpa just passed away. He's out of town till next week.
Until next, your client is out of town right now?
Yeah, Dallas, his client. Yeah, I'm filling in. His client. He told me his grandpa just passed away.
Okay.
The one that just pled.
Okay. When you come back, Mr. Plata?
I'll be back on the 15th, boss.
15th of August? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Did you at least want to make a phone call with him, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, Judge, if I can have his phone number.
Yeah, your phone number, Mr. Plata.
Area code 432-614-7658.
Got it, Judge.
All right. You're going to be getting a phone call from the probation officer, okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck with your probation, Mr. Plata, okay?
Thank you. God bless you.
Yes, sir. You're excused. Have a great day.
You
Anything
too,
else, Mr. Mercado?
May I be excused as well?
Yes, sir. You're excused. Oh, by the way, let me dismiss one more case here. I forgot. CR 1912 874D, State versus Melvin Plata. This is a Class A failure to ID. Court will go ahead and dismiss this case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a
Okay,
great day.
that's it.